What did you think of what you saw last night? Because, man, oh man, do we have a lot to talk about from just the first 25 minutes of Monday Night Raw last night.
Overall, what did I think? I went on social media and I said that was an incredible piece of business. It was Jedi level versus Sith level microphone work. It was everything that well, we didn't think it was going to be so wordy, but it was everything that we knew that it could be if they were face to face. I did have some questions as to why maybe there wasn't any physicality, but then I was reminded about what you said yesterday about maybe Cody just wants to rub it in his face a little bit more verbally than getting back at him. There was so much going on. But the number one thing that I wanted to talk about is something that I talk about all the time on this show when it comes to being over. I've been asked this question all the time by up and coming wrestlers or actual wrestlers that are in the business right now. Bubba, what's your best advice? And as you know, Dave, it's the same two words every time. Get over.
Get over.
That's it. All you have to do is get over, and everything else will work itself out. And I always say on the show, how do you know if you're over? Well, go out to the ring, just stand in the middle, and don't say a word, and listen to the people. What did John Cena do to start the show off?
He just stood in the middle of the ring and listened to the people.
And what did the people tell you?
They said in that moment how much they hated John Cena.
But he was over. See, over doesn't mean just like or love. Over means loved and hated. To what level of over are you hated? To what level of over are you loved? John Cena is loved, hated, both at the same time. People can't make up their mind. That was beautiful last night to be able to watch Cena stand there, let them get it all out of their system. At one point, he puts the microphone down and he goes to leave, a la my suggestion of the mic drop. Did you hear the people booing instantly when I was like, oh my God, if he would have walked away, they probably would have started a riot in Brussels.
The WWE couldn't have asked for a better crowd to do this in front of than the Brussels crowd for Monday Night Raw yesterday. And there's so much to get into. And Tommy said that was a top 10 promo. He goes, of all the years that I've been a wrestler and I've watched wrestling, that is without a doubt a top 10 promo. And when I heard that, I was like, really? But then I started thinking, I can't think of a promo ever, Bully, ever, in all the years that I watched wrestling that got the reaction of a crowd like what John Cena was able to do in front of that crowd in Brussels yesterday afternoon.
It's even more than that and deeper than that, Dave. It was Cena's ability to play the puppeteer and take that crowd through a gambit of emotions. He ran everybody up and down that emotional roller coaster. You had asked me yesterday, what kind of response do I think Cena's going to get in front of that crowd? I said, you'll get the initial pop, but then they'll immediately start to boo. His music hit, and there was not the initial pop. It was immediate booing. I thought you'd get a second or two of the Pavlovian pop, Cena's music. Yay! Oh, boo. Nope. Straight to the boos. They hated that man from the first note of his song. They hated that man when they saw him. They hated that man when he walked to the ring. They hated that man when he was standing in the ring. They hated that man when he was talking. They hated that man as he continued to talk. And then every single word he was speaking started to resonate, and they started to hate a little bit less, a little bit less, and a little bit less. And I'm like, holy shit, he's starting to make sense to them. He's got them thinking. They're not booing. They're trying to start chants, but they're not catching on because the people are buying into him. John Cena was 30 seconds away from those people apologizing to him. I would have loved to have known what would have happened if Cena would have had 30 more seconds and Cody's music would have never hit. You don't believe me? Go back and listen to the people. Go listen to the de-escalation of the hate as the promo goes on. From the minute he comes to the ring until right around seconds before Cody's music hit. They are low. They're listening. They're like, wow, maybe we were the problem after all. That's not easy, Dave. That's master class level, manipulation. I mean, not many, if any, can do what John Cena did. I'll stop there for a second. Go ahead.
I couldn't believe how long it was. Like, I looked at my clock and it was going on for over 20 minutes. It didn't seem like that long to me because I was completely engrossed in everything that was going on. You're right about the emotions. There was a part when John Cena was speaking where the crowd was chanting for Cody. And he's like, oh, you're chanting for Cody. I was like, that would have been the perfect time for Cody to come out because they were all chanting for Cody. But then Cena continued, and you're right. Like, I don't know if they were hating him less or they were just listening to what he had to say. But to your point, when Cody's music hit, the place exploded. The place absolutely exploded for Cody. It was something that I went back and I watched actually 3 times. That's how good I thought it was. And you need to watch it 3 times because there's things that you don't catch, things that you don't hear, even something talking about a toxic relationship he had with the fans and pointing out a child sitting at ringside, and they go to the child at ringside and the kid's about to cry. If the WWE wrote a script about how they wanted this first appearance of John Cena to go, I don't think they could have written a script better than what actually took place yesterday in Brussels.
He did not invent a new promo last night. He actually relied on an old promo, but he made it his own. He made it his. And he said it in a way that only John Cena could. Well, a babyface that turned heel and blamed the fans. We've heard this promo before, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like heel promo 101.
This is your fault. You're the ones who made me like this. Blame yourselves. I would have never have done what I did if it wasn't for you. He went to that same well, but it paid off. And he made it make sense, and he did it better than just about anybody else has done it. Every great heel feels justified in their actions. They think they're doing the right thing. And in doing the right thing, John Cena blamed the fans because they kept pushing him and pushing him and pushing him to do the right thing. They turned him into this monster. And that's when it really started to resonate with the people. I'm telling you, if you go back and you just listen, and I've become such a preponderant of the listening over the past year. Like, as I get older and more mature in the wrestling business and I try to educate myself more and pick up on the smaller things, I find that I don't have to watch. I don't have to use my eyes. All I have to do is use my ears. And I'm listening to what he's saying, and I'm hearing the hatred, and I'm hearing the chants, and I'm hearing it, but then I'm hearing it less and less and less. Those people are not tired out, Dave. Those people in Brussels who are live on Monday Night Raw for the very first time in their life, and they know they're live, you think they got tired out? No. They were listening, and his words were resonating. You go back and if you go back and you look at the looks on the people's faces, they were panning the audience, and a couple of them had this look of, they were puzzled, they were bewildered, almost as if to say, wow, he's right.
See, I didn't look at it that way. I almost looked at it like that this is the guy that they've been behind for 25 years, and this is somebody that they have never ever seen before in front of them. The great thing about what he did last night, Bully, and it was such a master job, is that he just kept it to the fans. He never mentioned Cody. And he never mentioned Rock, never mentioned the situation at Elimination Chamber, never mentioned about going after that 17th championship. That wasn't the plan for John Cena yesterday on Raw. His plan was to address the fans and the relationship that he has had with the fans, and telling the fans that this relationship is now over. There's so much more meat on the bone. There's so much more for him to get into, because even when Cody, and we'll get into it, when Cody came out, John Cena really just said a few words before Cody cut him off, and then John Cena shut up. He didn't say anything else. So we still have to hear about why he did what he did at Elimination Chamber, him going after the 17th championship, how he was able to go after it, the relationship he now has with The Rock, and going after Cody Rhodes. There's so much more that it's like, I can't wait for the next time I see John Cena. I really feel like that was just the tip of the iceberg yesterday on Monday Night Raw, Bully.
And he just gave you the tip, and you got so much. I mean, look at all we got just from last night. He kept it, like you said, he kept it on the fans. And I'm telling you what I hear and what I see. You're telling me what you hear and what you see, which is totally fine. It all goes back to, we can look at the same piece of art and see two completely different things. The only thing that matters about what Cena said last night is it worked.
Oh my God,
yes. It worked. When Cody's music hit, the place, they went banana. They went crazy. They went ape shit for Cody. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Cody was massively over. They set... John was going to be a heel last night no matter what. Cody was going to be loved last night no matter what. But they set them up for success by allowing them to come out first. The bottled energy last night in Brussels, them knowing they're going to be live on Monday Night Raw on Netflix, and we may not ever get this opportunity again, so we're going to maximize it. We're going to sing, and we want to be just as loud as all of the other European countries. Here comes Cena, my God. Here comes Cody, my God. They're behind it 100%. That was a grand slam last night. Anybody who thinks I see people on social media that, it wasn't that good. It was this. Oh, he didn't say anything new. He didn't do anything. It doesn't matter. It worked. It doesn't matter if he didn't wear different clothes. It doesn't matter if he went and used an old school promo that's been done 100 times. Nothing matters except the fact that what they did mattered.
And you know what? Like, all right, if you want to say the verbiage or but it was new from him. You've never heard. I mean, here's John Cena calling the fans idiots, sons of bitches. Like this is John Cena. Hustle, loyalty, respect. The poster child for the PG era. And he's cursing at the crowd, calling out kids, pointing out children at ringside. Like, I don't care if the verbiage that he used was nothing new. It's new from him. And we talked about it yesterday. What's he going to wear? Fans were calling in. What's he going to wear? What music is he going to play? I love the fact that John Cena's like, fuck you. I'm not changing what I wear because I'm not wearing this to reflect you. You wear what I wear to reflect me. So I'm not going to change, and I'm not changing my music. That's me. The voice you hear is me. Why should I change for you? Like, I love the fact that he was like, you know what? I'm me. You don't like it? Too fucking bad. This is who I am. I love that. And he threw it back in the fans' faces. That I can't think of a promo that worked more than what John Cena did. Anybody that thinks that that was garbage, then you have no idea what you're talking about. Because like Bully just said, the reaction from the crowd tells you everything you need to know. If you go to a performance and you didn't like it, but everybody else is standing on their feet applauding, giving it a standing ovation, then you're the one that didn't get it. Because the 20,000 plus that was in that arena last night got every second of that 25 minutes that started off Monday Night Raw.
In the past 60 seconds of you talking, there is one word that jumped out at me that you said that describes everything. Worked. It worked. It worked. Who gives a shit how it worked, why it worked, when it worked? It worked, period. That's the idea in wrestling. As long as it works. We can talk about psychology of a match and selling in a match and stuff like this. Last night's promo elicited a certain reaction from people. It got you to hate John Cena more. It got you to love Cody Rhodes more. It got you to respect Cody Rhodes more because Cody got kicked in the balls. And Dave, I don't know about you, but if somebody would have kicked me in the balls a couple of weeks ago, I'd still be wanting to kick him in the balls back. But Cody took it a step farther and basically said, I know you kicked me in the balls. I acknowledge you kicked me in the balls. And I should kick you back in the balls right now. But after listening to what I just listened to, I don't want to kick you in the balls anymore, John. Because you got no balls after what you just said. I'll see you at WrestleMania, bitch.
I love it, Bully, because sometimes in wrestling, and we see it with turns all the time, where two wrestlers have a relationship for a long period of time, one thing happens and then all of a sudden their judgment of that person completely changes. The fact that Michael Cole's like, I got to give him the benefit of the doubt, I absolutely loved it. Like you said earlier, you're waiting for the pop that never happened. As soon as Cena's music hit, you heard nothing but boos. Probably the loudest I have heard boos for John Cena since the Money in the Bank match between CM Punk and John Cena in Chicago, well over 10 years ago. Like, that's the last time I heard that amount of boos for John Cena. And it was so loud, Bully, I couldn't hear the music. Like, you could not hear John Cena's music because the boos were so loud. Then the first thing I see, Bully, is the Die Cena Die sign at ringside. And great job by the WWE that they didn't kind of get away. Like, I remember when The Rock turned last year, there was a Die Rocky Die sign. The camera wouldn't go on it. They had no problems putting the camera on the Die Cena Die sign right at ringside. You got the Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks. And then right away, John Cena talks about the 25 years of being a victim of an abusive relationship. And that's where Bully, like, he starts talking about this relationship he has with the fans. And it's almost like I can understand where Cena's coming from, but you got the fuck you Cena chants from the crowd. And Cena's like, wow, you're making this so easy for me. Like, almost like I thought I was going to break down. I thought this was going to be difficult for me to say what this relationship has been like with you for 25 years. But you're making it so easy for me because that crowd was giving nothing but hate.
You see? I told you so. Turns it right back on them.
Yep.
Turns it right back on them. And that's what got them to come down as the promo goes over, to the point where they're like, wow, maybe we are the problem.
Now, one thing he did, and a lot of people are talking about this, Bully, and I didn't have a problem with it because the way he said it and the way he used it. When John Cena was like, I'm not a heel, I'm not a babyface, I'm human. A lot of people are like, oh my God, he's using inside terminology. but he's throwing it back in your face. He's using those terms to throw right. Like, these are the things that you have labeled me for 25 years. Man, this guy's just been a baby face. When is he going to turn heel? Like, these are the terms that the terminology the fans have used at him for 25 years. And I thought it was beautiful that he took those terms and he threw it right back in the fans' faces.
You know, yesterday felt like, especially on social media, right? For the past, I don't know, maybe since John Cena's come back, what has the IWC been chanting? We want heel John Cena. We want heel John Cena. And then last night you get heel John Cena and the IWC is like, no, not that way. That's not what we meant. We don't want him like that. We want him the way we want him to. Meanwhile, the IWC doesn't know what they want. You know who knew what they wanted? Those people last night in Belgium. They told you everything you need to know. This is why veteran wrestlers will always tell younger wrestlers, younger talent, listen to the people who paid to see you. That's the opinion that really matters. If 20,000 people are going apeshit, bonkers, crazy, and love you, and 20,000 people hate you on social media, you listen to the people in the arena. That's all you need to know. I came back from a match, right? And my agent, doesn't need to be known, said me and Devon, my God, what the hell are you doing? Why did you do this and why did you do that? This didn't work and that didn't work. And I looked right at the agent. I told him where to go and how to get there. And I said, 20,000 people just told me the exact opposite of what you just told me. I'll listen to them.
And you want to know, some people who are watching at home are going to listen to how the crowd is reacting as well. Because if everything that we saw and heard last night, Bully, didn't get the reaction from the Belgium crowd like it did, we would be having a completely different conversation this morning.
How could you possibly deny the success of what happened last night? How can you look at that segment last night and say everything did not work?
No, it worked. It worked to a T. And then I love how then you got the Cena sucks chants and the back and forth of Cena and Cena sucks. And I love about how John Cena was like, these Cena sucks jack-offs. And he goes, but then the Let's Go Cena people, you're just as guilty. And then he threw it right back in everyone's faces. Like, he wasn't chasing the hug at all. You always talk about, Bully, about if you're going to be a heel, be a heel. If you want the fans to hate you, have those fans hate you. Like, he doesn't give a shit about anything other than having everybody in that arena boo him. And when you're getting John Cena saying jack-offs, sons of bitches, idiots, like, this is John Cena saying that. And then, you know how else it worked, Bully? Because who are you ultimately trying to get over? We talked about this yesterday, is Cody. You got that entire crowd chanting, we want Cody. They're chanting, we want Cody. That's your end game right there. So all the people that are going to say, like, well, now this is just about John Cena and are booing it. But what they did, and Cena didn't need to start it off. He didn't bring up Cody. He never brought up Cody Rhodes. The fans brought up Cody. We want Cody. It was perfect, Bully. Perfect.
I have no constructive criticism. I don't think I would have done anything different. I might have had a different suggestion going in. I thought what they did was amazing. just because I say something doesn't mean my way is the be all and end it all. The only thing that needs to happen at the end of the segment is it has to work. And it worked. And I got to give credit to Cody because Cody is locking in with so many different people. He's locked in with Rock. He's locked in with Cena. And Cody's done a really good job of being a chameleon with everybody's that's been thrown at him. Cody really hasn't changed, right? Cody's been Cody, but he's been locked in pretty good. And last night he was so locked in that he didn't even have to resort to the physicality. I'm going to beat your ass in front of 70,000 people at WrestleMania, and hopefully I'm not beating the ass of the bitch that's standing in front of me right now. Dude, when he hit hitting the bitch line is so passe, But sometimes the bitch line works. And boy, oh boy, did it work last night.